Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniel's Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Well, happy Thursday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. I'm coming to you from, just east of the Truckee, actually west of the Truckee area. We have state competitions for our division in Northern California at Sugar Bowl Resort. It's been a wonderful week so far. Today is the last day of the competitions. I'm in my makeshift studio, if you will, and things will be back to normal by tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at your forecast here. We're going to start with talking about, first of all, and we've been talking about this even since last week, is to remember that daylight saving time begins this Sunday, and you need to set those clocks forward 1 hour. So let's get into your Krueger's Quick Cast for your Thursday, March 5th. Now take a look at some of the rainfall totals, and this was pretty much as expected. Most of it was off to the north and west, especially in northern Humboldt and into Del Norte counties. Didn't see anything measurable for most of the valley. There were a few spots, especially east of I-5, that got to see a little bit of activity here. And then on the east side, as we head into the mountains there, you can see a little bit of rain was reported there as well. Snow levels did drop down to about 4,500, 5,000 feet. All right, taking a look at out the door here for this morning, looking at mainly clear skies out there. There may be some patchy fog for some of the mountain valleys, but otherwise it looks like we're going to start to see high pressure begin to build in, and that high pressure is what's going to give us warmer temperatures. But also, as the area of low pressure that brought us some of that rain yesterday moves off and digs down to our south and east, high pressure to the west, that's going to set us up with a bit of a gusty north wind at times, especially for the valley and even along the coast. But many of the mountain ridge tops could see some gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour, whereas the valley along the coast and many other areas will probably see around 20 to 30 miles per hour at times. Again, this is not a major wind event heading our way, but it is going to be a little gusty at times over the next several days. So for your Thursday, temperatures mid-60s. Still a little on the coolish side, if you will, but we are on the back end of that storm system that passed through yesterday. That's keeping some of the cooler air in place, but temperatures will start to warm up. It's going to be a cold one tonight, though. 20s and 30s for the mountains, but not as cold in the valley, and that's simply because of those stronger winds with temperatures in the low to mid 40s. So your 7-day forecast, temperatures continue to increase by Sunday, still right around 80 degrees. And then we'll see a dip in our temperatures through next week, but still above normal. That's not a sign of rain heading our way, unfortunately. Temperatures 50s, even some 60s for the coast over the next 7 days, and warmer weather inland and for Trinity County and for pretty much everyone, including all of the mountains, with that slight dip in those temperatures as we go into next week. All right, that's a look at your Krueger's Quick Cast. Let's take a look at those weather headlines before we get into that deeper dive forecast. We'd have a warming trend going into the weekend with those gusty north winds at times through Saturday, it looks like, and then by Sunday those winds should start to begin to relax. Dry and warm through next week, and some people talk about a miracle March to get us kind of maybe ahead of schedule, as far, or at least try to get us on track with more rainfall. And of course the snowpack, as you know, is below normal, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I just don't see anything down the pike for anything all that promising to bring us much in the way of any rain or even snow for that matter. All right, so let's talk about all of that in our deeper dive forecast for your Thursday, March 5th. We'll take a look at the radar. I just want to show you the last 6 hours. There was a little bit of activity late last night, a few snow flurries here and there for some of the higher elevations, but that's really the extent of it. And again, another look at some of those rainfall totals over the last 24 hours. Most of it as expected. Del Norte, northern Humboldt, much less elsewhere for areas that did see at least some measurable rainfall, whereas most of the valley didn't see much of any measurable rainfall. Again, as expected. Now, we are seeing high pressure begin to build in. You'll see that high pressure over the Pacific. That's what's building, getting a little bit stronger, but we are kind of on a squeeze play with an area of low pressure to our south and east, high pressure to our west. That tends to set us up with a north wind. That's going to be the case, I think, through Saturday. And then by Sunday, as that low pressure begins to scoot off to the east, we're going to start to see the winds relax a bit. Now, we don't have a terribly strong ridge of high pressure going through next week. That's why temperatures will drop a little bit here. And there are a couple of systems that may try to clip Northern California through next week. For now, I'm going to keep it drier and warmer through next week, but do note that we may see a few more clouds roll in, temperatures dropping slightly but still above normal, and parts of, say, Siskiyou, Modoc County, Del Norte County may see a stray sprinkle or light shower through parts of next week, but for the most part, it should stay dry. Again, we'll take a look at those winds over the next few days. Today, there you can see 20 to even 30 miles per hour for parts of the lower elevations, in particular the Sacramento Valley, along the coast. And what we're not seeing here are some of the mountain ridge tops that could get into that 30 to 40, even 50 mile an hour range. And that's again over the exposed mountain ridge tops. But there you can see by the time we do get into Sunday, the winds are starting to relax as that low pressure moves on out. So the Climate Prediction Center has put us in that drier than normal trend here, warmer than normal as well. We take a look at that 10-day trend for Redding. So we kind of peak, right around 80 degrees on Sunday, and then temperatures start to dip again, but still about 10 to 12 degrees above normal through next week and even into that next weekend. Now the wave heights are increasing a little bit here for today, but the good news is they should start to relax a bit going into your Friday. With that said, there is a small correct advisory through midday today, but do note that by the afternoon and this evening, there is a gale warning. So we do expect to see the winds to pick up. We're expecting those seas to get a little bit more kind of things churning themselves up a little bit here. All right, here's your neighborhood forecast, sponsored in part by Dignity Health. Temperatures upper 50s for Trinity County today. We've got dry conditions over the next 7 days, dry conditions for the North Coast as well. 57 degrees in Garberville, 54 degrees in Blue Lake. We take you up north, 58 degrees for Smith River, 58 for Orleans, 55 degrees in Hoopa, and 57 in Willow Creek. All right, let's take you out to Siskiyou County. We've got 45 in Weed, 49 in Etna, and 53 degrees in McLeod. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s for Modoc County today, and it looks like warmer by Sunday, up to 70. Here's your Eastern Mountains forecast, and there you can see your temperatures 40s and 50s there, although one of the warmer spots will be Paradise at about 60 degrees. Taking out of the valley, and there you can see it for the south end of the valley, Chico, about 64 degrees, as well as Corning, 63 degrees for Elk Creek. There's your 7-day forecast for Chico. Should be in the mid-70s by Sunday, low 70s by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right, let's take you up to the north. 66 degrees for Redding, 66 in Palisadro, and 65 out in Red Bluff. There's your 7-day forecast for Redding, up to 80 degrees on Sunday, low to mid-70s by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right, that is a look at your morning update. I, of course, am on remote here, and who will be filling in for me at noon and 6 p.m. will be meteorologist Aurora Murray. So be sure to check the latest forecast with her throughout the day. Things will be back to normal by tomorrow, and I'll have all of your forecast information throughout the day. In the meantime, have yourselves a great rest of your morning.
When you see flashing lights, someone's life depends on us.
And while we're out helping crash victims, we need your help to keep us safe.
Move over, slow down, it's the law, it protects everyone.
Our crews are out here every day, keeping the roads safe for you and your family.
We're often the last ones on scene, and we want to make it home safe too.
Protect those who protect you, slow down and move over.
I'm Gabe Kossel with Shasta Hearing Aids. Let's talk about something I see all the time, what I call the crazy cycle. People want to hear better, but the right technology feels too expensive, so they settle for something cheaper that doesn't match their lifestyle. Our Here For You program breaks that cycle. You get the best technology at an affordable price, plus a lifetime service plan that keeps everything clean, up to date, and working exactly as it should. Our goal is to make sure no hearing aids end up in the drawer. We break the cycle and deliver what quality care really sounds like.
American Door Company has been family owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
When you see flashing lights, someone's life depends on us.
And while we're out helping crash victims, we need your help to keep us safe.
Move over, slow down, it's the law, it protects everyone.
Our crews are out here every day, keeping the roads safe for you and your family.
We're often the last ones on scene, and we want to make it home safe too.
Protect those who protect you. Slow down and move over.
From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Trinity County Neighborhood Forecast.